Gather, veterans. It's time to join the fight. The long war begins.
I'm Robbie B. Joining me once again are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher, Stephen Four, and Sean Naden. What's up, guys?
Great to be here. As usual.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.
Hello, everybody.
Happy Chaos Day.
Some people say it's Hump Day. Others say it's Heretic Day.
Why not both?
Humping heretics.
Humping heretics.
Yeah. let me tell you about a Taco Tuesday adventure I went on yesterday, Rob, with shout out Sabat Marcus, G of all G's, is actually kicking it right now with Dave Ledbetter doing some work on his house after the storm. But went to dinner. Marcus drove up from Texas, did dinner with him and Jamie, shout out another 40K player. But we go to one of our favorite restaurants, Rob, Mazatlan, 99-cent taco day.
Oh, yeah. I literally go there every I was there yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Oh, were you?
Every Tuesday.
For 99-cent taco day.
Yeah. So, look, for real. So, we're sitting down, and we went about 4:45, right? Or maybe 5:15, something like that, quarter after. But sit down, order a beer, cool. Hey, they got some really good food here, but, it's tough to beat, 99-cent tacos, and they're pretty good, right? Like,
they're good.
Oh, okay, cool. And, Kenny, you'll like this. It's pretty standard when you go and, like, you're kind of to the restaurant, you're kicking dinner with somebody else, right? You don't really take the lead. So I went ahead and made it easy for him. I was like, I'll order first. I'll take 8 tacos, all hard, beef, followed by just check with me whenever I get done, like, because I might order 8 more. And immediately the rest of the table was like, oh, word. I wanted to order some obnoxious number like 10. Yeah. I immediately feel better. We all got 8 tacos. I got a beef quesadilla to go.
Did you know that you can get Supreme versions for like $1 more? I mean, sometimes it's worth treating yourself.
Yeah, I actually like that of like 6 Busters and 2 Supremes. So you can bang down like 4, treat yourself with a Supreme, and then go back to work. That's right.
Yeah, totally. They have the super secret hot sauce there. It's like
the green one.
Oh no, I like the yellow one that comes in the bottle. But like, there's only one bottle for the whole restaurant, so you have to like
what?
Yeah, no. So that's the one like the chefs and everybody use. So it's good. Have you had their green jalapeno one?
The one that comes in the squirt bottle? Yeah,
the squirt bottle.
Mm-hmm.
That's my heater.
That's pretty good. I think they have a smoky one too. They're all good.
Yeah, that's why I go there, is not just because it's cheap 99-cent tacos, but like I load down an entire Kenny. I want you to know you would eat an entire bottle, and then you'd be like, hey, look, would $20 get me the rest of this bottle to my house?
Yeah. If it's good hot sauce, I will buy it sight unseen.
That's right. Like, I'll even take it used. Yeah.
No, that place is super good. I like going there when it's not Taco Tuesday, too. They have Nacho Thursday.
Ooh.
Oh, those are 2 different separate gluten-free days.
It is. They're 2 of my favorite days of the week.
Matter of fact, it's one of the things that Rob loves reheated. So like, no matter where you go, Rob will always get nachos for 2 and be like, "Oh, I'm taking this home. These are coming home with me if I need."
Or I'll get the $15 fajitas.
Oh yeah,
and be like, I'll have that just a little bit, and I'll be like, I'm gonna need a box for like all of this. And that's like 2 days worth of food. Yeah,
they bring out the 2 plates of sour cream and rice and beans, and Rob's like, yes, that's tomorrow. Yes, that's Wednesday. Yes.
It's like, God damn it, dude, learn how to cook something.
I made chili last week, so I was eating chili for like 5-6 days.
See, that's the pro tech. My chili.
What's your secret recipe in your chili? Would you have anything crazy you do?
No, I mean, I don't use beans, but I got like the hot sausage, the sweet sausage, the beef, and then like the beef stock and the chicken stock. I like all the meats.
So
yeah, you do.
Meat chili.
Hard beef and all the meats.
Hard beef and all the meats.
Place tonight.
Yep.
all the chaos, all the 40K.
Somebody's asking, is my camera backwards suddenly? No, it's actually finally real. We finally made it the actual way. This is how my room looks. If you noticed last time, like if you hadn't noticed, like Long War was backwards, Goku was backwards, everything was backwards.
This is what when watching you on Twitch is what we used to always see, but now we see it backwards.
Yeah, now I don't care about you guys.
Yeah, the evil us's.
I see it the same way both ways.
Well, that's because you have magic glasses on. I think.
I don't read well, so it all says the same to me. I go off pictures. I know that's Goku because I know his hair. I see Kenny's arm tattoo behind us.
Are you sure it's not Sanguinius? It could be Sanguinius.
Sanguinius wishes he was Goku. Especially since Goku, when he died, he got Dragon Balls. So he came back.
Oh, too soon, bro. 10,000
years is not too soon.
I think the best one was when they were talking about Sanguinius. I think it was Warhammer one of the Facebooks. They're like, yeah, here's a picture of your Primarch, or here's a picture of your Primarch in 40K, and it was like him dead on the steps.
It was the ultimate "my dad beat your dad" argument was settled 10,000 years ago. Wyatt Circle told me about it. It's the most savage Warhammer community comment of all time.
It was well done. It was well done. That's all I got to say. I was like, ooh, somebody got it. Somebody got it. Bad.
Yeah. So you guys caught up on all those new chaos shenanigans?
There's new chaos shenanigans?
I didn't know until I did my class earlier today, and I was doing a lot of homework. So I wouldn't be completely blindsided, like I wouldn't know shit, you know what I'm saying? But I did read an interesting post that was like, we're compiling all this new stuff into a new updated Chaos Codex for you to buy. I was like, okay.
Well, I have a couple of thoughts on that. Like they put out the flow chart. They're like, hey, if you got the old book, just buy the new Vigilus book and you're good. Or if you don't have that, just buy the Chaos Codex and you're good. So, I kind of feel like they try to give people a heads up a little bit.
It's true. That was better. It's true. But there's a lot of new stuff. Like they started dropping some teasers on like things like the Purge, which is actually one of my secretly favorite Renegade chapters. They dropped some rules on, Red Corsairs and all these other silly ass Renegade chapters, and they threw some like cool little spicy stratagems out there, Sean. There's a shooting to combat one for the Purge because they don't value life, which I love.
I love that.
That's a good one.
One of the Dark Eldar Covens has that, but it's on Coven, and like Coven have like no guns, so like it's like
solid.
Yep.
There's a couple interesting ones, but it seems like classic overvaluing certain things like this. Like everyone's like, how about the Night Lords? It's like it's all just a bunch of like more -1 leaderships, and it's just like you can't do these safely from 20 inches away. You have to be in the shit, dog. Like.
Yeah, like the Night Lords, like you can spend all that CP and still not make the charge. But remember, we're not getting we're not getting everything yet.
No. Yeah, they're painting a picture that is very hopeful because there is what we like. I said this since the beginning. We need as many cool little things floating around as Space Marines do, so then we can finally figure out what the optimized combo is. Right now, we just don't. We have a lot of words that mean very little in the current Chaos Codex between marks, psychic powers, stratagems, and legions. Now they're adding, because we have Renegade is all ambiguous, right? Just this one thing. Well, now they're kind of giving us all these new things. So there could be some new combos, like, for example, a Purge infantry can shoot into a combat as long as like the other people in the combat are within one or engaged with one of your other guys. Suddenly a purged obliterator squad looks kind of nasty, right? Shooting into a combat.
Yeah. There's no one that really has access to that except Guard and I think Valhallan Guard. And is there anybody else?
You said Dark Eldar. Dark Eldar have one.
The Valhallans do. Dark Eldar do.
What Dark Eldar model is it? Is there
it's Coven? It's a Coven, yeah. But it's terrible because almost
they only have like
Coven have guns. Yeah. Like there's 3 Coven units. I guess you could do it to like a Venom that was coming, but
Space Wolves have it. Somebody in chat says Space Wolves.
Yeah, maybe like Bjorn, I guess maybe would have.
But nobody has this one where it's called "We Don't Value Life" because it's the purge, son.
Yeah. So like that's a sick combo, but like so obviously these other people have it, but you only ever see it used in Valhalla because they have access to quality weapons, cheap weapons, or whatever else. With CP. With how the game is going and everybody getting into combat, and if you just have CP, a GSC is going to be all over you, right? Like witches, Eldar, Nids, orcs, all these other things. Like shooting into combat is something that needs to happen. So,
especially when people are locking you in combats.
The concept of locking in combat is completely different.
You try tipping units, and then suddenly, like, let's just put out like. Let's just say you're playing something basic. Let's say you have like a Havoc squad with 4 missile launchers. Suddenly, 4 crack missile launchers shooting twice with +1 to wound, clear out a little combat, you know?
Yeah, you also, you actually don't care if you get stuck in with Morty, right? Like, you're like, it's fine. I'm going to shoot at him just the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep you there, right? Like, so he doesn't get a chance to Overwatch again. He doesn't get a chance to do anything
Here's
else.
one right here you might like. So there is it's for, God. Rob, do you have all of them?
I can pull them up. Which one?
Give me the one. They showed some relics. They showed we have a Vexator relic for your warlord. Anyone within 3 inches. He's not 6, but it's 3 inches.
The one where you turn them off.
He does a 3-inch Vexator mask. So now Chaos has access to a Vexator mask.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. That's a takeaway. That's a solid rule. Shooting to combat's a solid rule. There were a couple other takeaways. You got it?
Yeah. It's for the Scourge. It's called Shattering Truth. Start your fight phase. You can pick an enemy unit within 3 of your warlord. The unit cannot be picked to fight within the fight phase until other units able to fight have done so. If the target has ability, allows it to fight first.
The rest of the standards.
Just normal.
So real quick, so these are all from different factions, right?
Yeah, this is Scourge.
It's like a legion. But it's scourged.
So we're finally getting our renegades because like Chaos Space Marine Codex needs to be renegades of Chaos, and then we need cult books, right? That's the only real way to do it. So we have a Death Guard with 1K Sons. We need a World Eater and Emperor's Children, and then what we get in the basic book needs to be like the Black Legions, the Iron Warriors, and all the other renegades. Because like there are whole legions of of Chaos Marines that are just regular Marines that just are bad guys.
So. Just so my brain can understand it a little bit too, what other keywords can you address with this Scourge? Are you Chaos Space Marine, Khorne, Scourge?
Your Hereticus Astartes?
No.
Scourge.
Scourge.
It's your Legion. Yeah. It's in your Legion bracket. Okay. It's your Legion.
Yeah, it's your Legion.
So you're not, Nurgle or Scourge. You have a Legion bracket, a Mark bracket, so you can be Mark and Legion.
You can't be Death Guard.
Can't be Death Guard.
Okay. All right, I'm wrapping. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so you have access to layered back to being, where. So this is something, right?
So that Space Marine shit, man. Like we got some of that Imperial shit. Like the layers are starting to pop up because all of our layers have been very heavy Demon or Death Guard. Or 1,000 Suns, which is why every Chaos guy runs that, but we have all these other weird things we can't agree upon. You give us something that has a lot of new combos in it that are actually mirroring some of the useful combos of other factions, suddenly you can see some Chaos Space Marines on the table.
So this is the Legion, one more time. So you can't be Alpha Legion and Scourge.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm with it.
Nova Star, this is layman terms. Chaos is definitely not the bad guy. There is a political difference of opinion. I happen to agree with their position.
A galaxy-wide spanning difference of opinion.
Yeah, and I like to say, they lost, and so the victors get to write history, and they get to color however they want. So through imperial propaganda lens, yeah, we're bad guys, but
I think the great poet Tony Montana said it best. Everybody loves a bad guy. I can't remember the phrase.
But hey, let me hit you with this. So what's
I like that new Fast and the Furious trailer where it's not the Fast and Furious, but it is the Fast and Furious. Where Idris Elba walks in and is like, they're like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm the bad guy."
We don't even let you guess anymore. I'm going to tell you.
I love it.
Rob, read the Black Legion, the Vigilist Black Legion, the Specialist Detachment or whatever it was.
Hold on a second.
What this is the new keyword. So like this is the one I was talking to you guys about earlier. The Terminators.
Later or something.
Yeah, it's so like it's the like you get the new keyword for the Specialist Detachment, and it's only for the Terminators, which made me initially sad and completely overlook it until I spent some time on it earlier today.
Where's Black Legion?
I bet there's like going to be 5 Black Legion ones.
I bet, yeah, this is the only one they've shown us. So it means I have a lot of hope. I think Black Legion's going to be strong.
Oh my gosh, there it is. Okay. So many chaos posts.
Wait, what Legion is Black? What Legion is Abaddon in?
Black Legion. Wait a minute. It's like it's on purpose.
Are they gonna gull him in that shit? Where like,
well, they showed us that he has 8 wounds now. So he went up like 1 wound by my count, 1 strength. So he's definitely far above Marnius and still a little below G-Man. So they're definitely going to do something. We haven't seen abilities.
If he still reduces damage, then he's still
has the rule that he reduces damage,
tougher than Gilly Man.
Exactly.
No way he doesn't have 2 of 4 up before a mark.
He had 2 of 4 up now. He had 7 wounds before. And he had reducing. Was it halving damage?
Fair.
Yeah, I think he had damage.
He had damage, so therefore, shield breaker missiles couldn't kill him. I would always try to convince my dude with the Castellan. I'm like, oh fuck, I need to hide Abaddon from your missiles, and then they'd be like, missiles ignore a lot of sight. I'm like, oh, there's nothing I could do. Even though Matthew, you can never kill him because he has 7 wounds. And so I wanted him to waste the missiles on Abaddon. Okay, what's the name of that? What's the name of that new keyword, Rob?
Bringers of Despair.
Bringers of Despair. So that's the new Specialist Detachment keyword there. Tight.
Yep. We don't
exactly. New Marnius might have 8 wounds as well.
You mean, wait, new Marnius. Oh, does he?
No, we don't know.
I forgot.
I can't remember.
I don't know. Does
I don't think anybody actually knows.
I'll
double check it.
We have the rules for Marnius.
Yeah, we have them.
But
so the stratagem. This is all we know about the strategy about the Bringers of Despair is that you can pick a Bringers of Despair unit from your army. Any enemy model slain in this phase count as 2 models in the subsequent morale.
Yes, which is not one I really care too much about. It may come up. It may be something to remember, but it's not something to play for.
There's a warlord trait that you reroll hit rolls of 1 while they're within 6 of your warlord. If your warlord has a Lord of Chaos ability, so if he's a lord, you can instead re-roll hit rolls for attacks made by Bringers of Despair.
So now, the 74-point Lord. You have a jump pack Lord.
Just hide in the back.
He drops in with them. They teleport.
Oh,
they have literally a 90-point Abaddon now.
Yep.
And that's literally all I care about. I'm like, these guys. They have a couple other things, other things they can do that I'm sure are going to come out. But at the end of the day, that's what we talked about. Is like these 10 guys drop in, and there's 2 things that happen. Either they're the closest and they get the reroll for free. That's one of their spearhead rules. Or the Lord, which I love this dude, gives them the 4 rerolls. So 10 Terminators with Bolter Beta rules, 350 points, as we discussed. Has the firepower with Endless Cacophony because it would be Mark Slanesh and Veteran Longwolf with +1 to wound. They can just about ace 2 Orc squads, 3 Gretchen squads, 2 full up 30-man Gene Stealer Cult squads, and they can actually put down a 10 wound tank.
And that's 3 Gretchen squads that are big.
3 20-man Gretchen squads. If you go 3-3-3 and float, 3-3-3 and float, you have just math says you kill all but 1.
Can you read me that strat again about doubling something?
About doubling?
Yeah.
Endless Cacophony?
Oh, yeah, Endless Cacophony at the end of the phase.
No. The whatever thing that Rob read from this detachment.
Oh, when in a fight phase, every time they kill a model counts as 2 for the morale phase.
I don't think it's fight. Is it? Oh yeah, it is fight. Yep.
Yeah, it's fight phase, bro. Trust me, it's not good.
Oh, if it was shooting phase, it was like you pick up 4 units of orcs.
No. Trust me. I was like, this garbage. Moving on.
A 75 point, is that how much a Lord is with a jump pack?
74 base, and he's like 92 or something with a jump pack, I think. It's 50, plus 15.
A 92 point chapter master? Because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, no stratagems, nothing.
Wow. That is a steal. A 94.
Wait, is that a stratagem? Is that a stratagem, or is that just for because?
No, he said a warlord trait.
It's a warlord trait.
That it's your warlord trait where if you are a warlord, you can reroll once. If you're a lord, whatever, you get to reroll everything. That is ungodly powerful because you've never had access to that.
No,
that's been that's been Primarch. That's been
and you've never no. Other people have had it. Chapter masters have it.
There's a 3 CPs to do your chapter master up to
But the difference is Dante has it, Drago has it. But the difference is
1, right? 1 or 2.
I think it's 2 or something.
The difference is that the good guys, the proverbial good guys, have had access to reroll to hit because the proverbial bad guys have had access to +1 to wound. Like no other ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh, George, let me stop you there. George says something interesting. Rob, can you read it back to us one more time? George says it says reroll all, not just failed, like call. Read that again. That
you can reroll all hit rolls for attacks.
It doesn't say all failed hits.
Reroll all.
Oh my God, he has Baller Sarius Call's ability.
Oh, so he ignores modifiers.
Oh my.
Wow, that'll get FAQ'd.
Baller Sarius didn't.
Baller Sarius didn't have access to Veterans of the Long War Enlisted Company.
Baller Sarius does not.
A Baller Sarius also is over 200 points.
Those are all facts. Those are all facts.
Wow. You don't,
because you know what, I was already all my Alpha Legion shit was already Black Legion now because of this guy. Because I was going to do Lord Discordiant +1 to hit for my Decimators and have this guy to reroll all the misses. So when I go against Altok. But now if you're telling me all misses, y'all Altok get fucked.
Oh, that is so good.
I don't even care about your shit anymore, dog.
I want to put this nugget out there for you, Kenny. Word on the street is Jeff Robinson.
Your camera went out, by the way.
Oh. Jeff Robinson is like, give me Chaos Space Marines if there's access to them. My man might be playing. He might be moving away from Custode, might be moving away from GSC for this next tournament season, and he has been he's on record for saying that he's in love with this new Chaos shit.
I'm gonna play. Going to Kingdom Come Broadside Bash, and I've already put it in there. Chaos Space Marines. And I'm trying really hard to get my new list done, which is 3 Decimators, hopefully a Lord Discordant, a Lord, 2 Contemptors with Sea Beamers, and then Demons, 60 Plague Bearers with a tree and the small characters. I'm hoping to make that. So now I have to look at this Vigilance shit. If it's out in time, what I'm going to do. I don't have Mauler Fiends ready, nothing like that, but like.
When's the cutoff for rules for?
It's probably pretty soon because it's like right after Adepticon.
Well, I mean, Vigilance will be out while we're at Adepticon.
But to find out, because if I can get that Lord in there for the. I'm never going to have this Lord Discordant done in time. There's no fucking way.
And yeah, they've moved to a hard 30-day cutoff.
Well, they put it this way. If Jeff said he's in love with him, that means confirmed.
They're
Lord
good.
Discordant is sub 10 wounds.
Oh, you're right. Because you know who he's a huge fan of. Also, in the same breath, he's a huge fan of Call because he's got a huge AdMech army, right? Like, loves characters. So I can only imagine this dude is going to be a baller.
Yeah, George, Red Corsairs. Yeah. We talked about it briefly. We're okay with that. 3 units of Chaos Space Marines for the Red Corsairs gets +3 on top of your detachment. So, like, we looked at it. So we think, how many points? Can somebody tell me how many points 5 bare bones Chaos Space Marines are?
Too many.
I can't be over 65. That's impossible. Can't be over 65.
Two what?
I think it's 65 in the dot is what I think.
And then a 10-man cultist squad is 50 points now, right?
Oh, Shadow just said 315 points, 2 Warp Smiths and 15 Chaos Space Marines, 8 CPs. Woo!
That is the loyal 32 on crack. That is
my man.
That's we're gonna call that the dirty 17.
The dirty 17.
Not the rusty 17 or the loyal 32. We're gonna call that the dirty Mike and the boys 17.
Dirty Mike and the boys right there, man.
That's That's not a lot of points.
Sean, you still there?
I'm here.
How you feel about that number? 315 for 8 CPs.
315 for 8 CPs. Oh my god, I would pay 315 for 8 CPs.
And this is what you get. You get 15 3-up save bodies to have bolters and beta bolter rules. You get 2 guys who have 2-up saves that each can do a like weird mortal wound shot to a vehicle on a 2-up every turn. Who also can fight in close combat, have 2-up saves and fits vehicles. Like,
yo, that model is one of my favorites.
It's the coolest model.
The
Warpsmith is the coolest fucking model. Yeah.
Warpsmith is actually a Tyrannosaurus in close combat. When you actually get him there, and he's actually, now that I say it, and I just ran at longwar.com this past Sunday, did a live battle report with one of Sean's babies, the succubus of.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back in time 1 second. This is for Sean to think about while you finish your statement. Also, renegades, but not like traditionally, Sean, get advance and charge. Not all of them do. All these new ones do, but Red Corsairs do. So this joint right here, also all your dudes in there, all your infantry guys can advance and charge. Just as a thing to think about for more combos. Juice continues.
And your 2 Warpsmiths can advance and charge too, right? Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like this character reminds me a lot of like the little pocket characters that Sean loves and is kind of known for playing, because this dude is like a plethora of attacks, ranging a different weapon profile, can do mortal wound output, has access to 2 or 3 different kind of weapons. Like he's just like a Tech Marine.
Oh yeah,
under a fucking 100 points.
Sergeant, yeah. I mean, in case I didn't put it out there, yes, they also. Warpsmiths also have a flamer and a melta. Like, so they have the mechadendrite tentacles, a power axe, flamer. So this dude can advance, flame you, hit you. All the other dudes can too. So it's kind of 315. I think we definitely need to call it the soup kitchen, is what Android said.
Soup kitchen, Dirty Mike and the boys.
This is the soup kitchen all day. This is a good detachment.
315. Man, if you could pay 315 in an Eldar list and get 8 CP, I barely can squeeze like 8 CP in with my whole list right now.
But it's okay. They just came out with a new box set. It has a bunch of Chaos Space Marines in it.
Okay, pulling out Army Builder. Back in the beats.
And I think it's pretty much confirmed now that there's nothing but Chaos and Marines in this Vigilus, right? We haven't heard any word about like Dark Eldar or anybody else being in this book, have we?
I'm putting it out to the world right now. I need 10 Black Legion Terminators on commission. Hit me up on Facebook. I'm going to need it. I'm going to need 15 basic hobos, Red Corsairs. I'm going to need that. I'm going to need it. And I'm going to implore whoever out there wants to commission this for me. I don't mind if they have like little paper baggies with Doc McCuddy's in it. You know what I mean? and of course, 2 Warsmiths. Someone out to the community. Hit me up on Facebook. I pay US dollars.
I want you to know, you cannot take this commission, Kenny, unless you automatically add a Rhino into it that's made into a Prius.
A Prius Rhino. I'm going to need that. Yep.
A Prino.
And I need you guys to graffiti it. We will have sex in your car again.
Again.
It's pretty good.
But you're going to have to get rid of the tree.
Oh, I'm dead. That list is dead to me now. Like, I mean, that's not true. That list is really good. It's I need something else. Like, the list is real good. This is for later in the season. This is like as things ramp up. I'm gonna rock the tree, the 60 plague bears, all that comes along with it. Mortal wound guns, sea beamers, rerolls. I'm gonna rock that. Broadside bash. I got best general last year with a similar list. I'm gonna see if I can recreate that experience. And then I'm committed to start playing with some of those core elements with the new soup kitchen.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be, it's good. It's good to see Chaos doing it again.
Yeah, back at it. So, Kenny, that's right around the end of August. Is that right? Is that Broadside Bash?
I think Broadside is like fucking April, right beginning of April.
I said August. I meant to say April. Yep. Because matter of fact, you'll be Broadside and Sean, we'll be in New York. Is that right?
April 14th?
April 14th weekend. We're going to New York.
BFS, the Northeast Team Championships.
That's right.
Yes.
World gangsterness. People are asking if we will use the new FAQ. I do not think we will. because the
That's all
rules
cut
cutoff is March 31st. I would guarantee that I don't even think the FAQ will be out until April 14th, 15th, 21st. You know, like let's be real honest.
They said April, but yeah, last time they cut it very close. At least they came out the gate, so there wasn't the same kind of field badsies like there was last year. But I mean, in September, it was they got it out. They got it out right. The 12th hour, it was done. Like.
Yeah, but they say they want to incorporate data from Adepticon. Let's be real. If you're incorporating data from Adepticon wraps up April 2nd. Mm-hmm. There's no way that thing comes out.
But also something else to keep in mind, too. Adepticon is running, and I'll let you guys comment on this. They're not running like the standard stuff that you could see things do well at Adepticon that might not do well on ITC.
That's
as is, because there's no pillboxes. There's no...
It's a completely different format. I call it a denial format.
Right.
Yep.
So,
but GW doesn't want to cater just to ITC format, so I don't think that affects how they're ruling FAQs. In theory, I mean,
just hope that they realize this fact. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they are or they aren't. I just hope that they realize that this is a different meta inside of a. It's like a separate
but it's necessary. Like if it wasn't,
but it's still necessary.
Yeah,
last
if it wasn't
year,
for Adepticon plain denial, we wouldn't have gotten the fucking Poxwalker, Cultist, Tide of Traders.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Or the high tires.
The 8 high tires.
Right.
That's true too.
That all came down from one fucking last year's tournament. Like literally those two.
Or not the 0 to 3 was literally. I'm gonna not even just say like the high tires, like as a blanket statement. Without Adepticon, the 0 to 3 would have not exist. Because guess also what was in the top 16. Was 9 Dark Eldar flyers.
And then later that season,
I think Jason Sparks ran that.
Later that season, people were running 9 Playbird Crawlers.
Yep.
Earlier in that season, yeah.
I mean, I don't particularly think that the terrain at Adepticon is as tactical as the ITC LVO stuff, but at the same time, Adepticon terrain might be closer to the local Beats Lab, the local tournament
store,
scene, where they don't maybe have as much line of sight blocking as we would all like.
Oh, I can't tell you, Sean, how many people I play locally who get a squeak a win out against me. And then we go to, down the street to Game Empire or something, and they go 0-5, and they're like, what the fuck? I was like, your entire game plan was based on always seeing everything.
Yeah. So I am played at a big tournament, a RTT that had 38 people at it this past weekend. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, as a blanket statement, guess what the rule was? Shout out my man Dean was running it, Field of Fire Gaming. Let me tell you. This fool said a word of wisdom that I live by now. Dude said, every table, discuss it with you and your opponent. Every table has 2 magical pillboxes. Period. Okay. These magical boxes. Discuss it between you and your opponent, which ones they are. Both of them, one of them has to be in each table half. Tell me how all of a sudden, Kenny, everybody's terrain. Dude, I want you to know my first game 1, I played against 3 Night Titans, 2 Wyverns, and 2 Punisher and Lehman Russes. Shout out Phil. We guess what table it was? Fish tank terrain.
Oh, that's a big pillbox.
Fish tank terrain. I couldn't get in anywhere. No line of sight blocking L's really. I think there was 2 ruins, maybe half ruins in the center, but everything else was this big, obnoxious looking fish terrain that I couldn't move through. You can't get on. The best you can say it's a hill, right? And I was like, all right, well, cool. Well, as per the rule, this is a magical box. That's a magical box, right? He's like, yep. He's like, is this big enough to fit a wyvern in? I was like, hell yeah, man. If that's what you want to do. We both said that these are magical boxes. You just can't get that dude out.
Yeah, he can deploy in it, but he can't get out.
Right? Like, I'm down. Do whatever you want. And all of a sudden, because he felt like he got something what he wanted, I felt like I got something that I wanted, and now the store, right, the friendly local game store can all of a sudden say, you don't have to build. You ready for this one? Look at what we did on Sunday here on the live battle report, right? The 2 Necron pylons, right, or excuse me, little crystal things that were probably 8x4. We said at the beginning of the game, these are both magical boxes. All right, cool. Doesn't matter what it looks like. That's a magical box.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That turns, if you just say to yourself, every game of 40K you play has 2 magical box on it, like it's a completely different game of 40K.
Yeah. 2 things. Sergeant Kindaquill, he says, people used to try to run 12 Demon Princes in different detachments. You can run 10 right now.
Yeah. Well, if you include Bellacore.
Yeah.
But why would you not? I like that juice because that was like the old tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 terrain. Like we actually said when 8th edition first came out, we're like, yo, this getting blown off the table turn 1 is bullshit. Well, if we had tiered terrain where we could just hide and line of sight blocking, and then soon they came out with ruins block line of sight. Now we got pillboxes. This is all the same thing. Remember, you used to take the little piece of felt. You used to be like, boom.
GW could have fixed this so easy if they wanted to, based on 4th edition and keywords, but instead, ITC fixed it.
Yeah, no,
instead Frontline Gaming fixed it.
Plus, a magical box is an enclosed ruin. That means that for the footprint of the terrain and this abstract formality, everything inside, it can only be infantry can get inside because it's a ruin wall with,
you can
with
deploy
no windows.
Anything inside of it if you have the deployment asked to do it, but only infantry can move through the walls because of the rules.
But it blocks line of sight completely to everything inside, and everything inside cannot see out either. So only guns that have line of sight can shoot out, only guns that have line of sight can shoot in, and only infantry can walk through the walls. So,
which is pretty much good, except for there's like that new stratagem where you don't have to have line of sight to snipe people.
Sure.
But other than that, it's very hard to get a hold of them.
They're necessary for the game right now because GW never fixed their shitty terrain that we have right now. And it's so funny to me because like they should. They're fixing Chaos Codexes. We're talking keywords or how they're fixing a lot of things. It's like all you got to do is just assign a blocking line of sight function to a keyword attached to a terrain style. Like Ruin blocks line of sight to the following keywords.
Ooh, I love that.
And then that would be the highest tier. And then you'd be like Forest blocks line of sight to the following keywords. And that'd be like a lower tier. Hills block line of sight to only Swarm, like the lowest of all tiers. Like literally, they did it in Forest before they had keywords. Now we do. They're dropping the ball on it.
Kenny, guess what bottom levels of Ruins do at Adepticon?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's right.
Oh my!
Absolutely nothing.
Literally,
let me tell you.
That's gonna confuse some people. I feel.
Why? I just can't understand it. Please, somebody message me, Hank. Talk to us. Why don't you just say, all bottom levels of Ruins?
They have So Adepticon. You got to remember, historically, you got to understand them. This is a grassroots movement and the OG. Okay, they gained popularity based on doing things their way. Mm-hmm. And their way was very fucking successful. That's what we needed. They got us through some of the dark times, popularity when there wasn't popularity. They've built their entire platform based on this is how our vision of 40K is. And ultimately, if you become a tournament organizer, it's because you have a vision. And remember, we used to talk about this back a couple of years ago. Remember? Everyone's got an agenda. Everyone has an agenda.
I mean, it's the same thing with a painting studio, a website, whatever.
Everyone's agenda exists, but here's the thing. Agenda doesn't mean negative. Agenda doesn't mean nefarious action. Agenda is just your goals and your vision. Their vision of the game is their vision of the game, and they're like, it's cinematic terrain. You play it as it is. That's our vision. That's it. So that's why. But luckily, because these other people exist with their own ways of looking at the game and their own opinions, going back a second to this episode, we got the very necessary 0-3 limit. We got the necessary once per game Tidal Traders. We got the very necessary Pockboxers can never grow beyond their starting strength. Because Adepticon, because of these things, we have to build for those things. Therefore, you saw a lot of weird denial stuff and a lot of very aggressive, totally one-dimensional lists because terrain was lacking. And because of that, we got a better game today. So I respect it.
I have no cat in this fight.
Real quick, Fruitbat says Game Empire. Are you in San Diego? I think there's 2 Game Empires. I play at the one in Pasadena sometimes. I'm in Hollywood.
So and just to say, I love the concept of multiple rule sets. I love bringing the hobby back tournaments. I love competitive Dick Stoppin tournaments. I love all of it. I'm with it. I'm just talking about, I don't see a single rule set that just doesn't get better by saying bottom levels of floors, block line of sight. As a whole, there's absolutely, even what I'm saying of,
I can defend against that, is if that would indicate we all play it the same way, which is much for the sake of a tournament player's outlook on the game. That is the superior way to play, which I agree with you. We should know the actions to be similar across the board so that we literally know what we're getting into. I agree with that. But to go back to my statement, if everyone played across the world the exact game of 40K since day one,
it's not 40K, it's chess.
Well, it would never have evolved the way it evolved today. So that is the one. But like I say, for the sake of in game, you are not wrong. In game, in the fucking actual moment of this game, 100% goddamn blocking line of sight, bottom levels of ruins, 100% is better. And I would argue, Sean's got it.
I would argue that it doesn't. You don't need that rule. That rule only exists to make it easier for people who have terrain in a certain way. If you don't need that rule at all. If you said every table will have a certain amount of line of sight blocking terrain, some of the ruins will be the second floor, some of the ruins will be the bottom floor. There'll be big walls over here, and you don't need that rule. It's just a blanket rule that makes it easy rather than having to.
It's really good for TOs because if think about Adepticon, another thing, they committed to, remember their terrain overhaul a few years ago? They have one of the largest collections of totally handcrafted, beautiful terrain.
Yeah.
That was for 5th and 6th and 7th edition.
Absolutely. I can describe the tables right now. The circle balls with the spikes coming out of it with the like El Paso.
And that was
Texas
area terrain.
Field.
No big deal. We got it.
Absolutely. The pipe table, right? Like I've been playing there for years.
That's covered. That's 4 covered, dog.
Like,
that's 4 covered.
That's right.
Go to ground. That's 3 covered, dog.
Love that.
The best is that there's the hangers, but on half the tables, the hangers are cut out on one side so you can get models inside.
Dog, those hangers will be games.
And they can win you games, but then on half the other tables, the hanger is fully enclosed and you can't get inside.
And therefore...
And then you're a shot.
Oh, is that... the hangers, is that an LBO?
No, that's...
No. It's Adepticon. It's a bunker hanger. It's
huge, dog.
Yeah,
I fly.
it's
big. When you fly 4 demon princes right on top, though, you feel pretty good about life when there's 3 nurglings inside the enclosed hangar that you deployed via infiltrate that no one can ever shoot.
Oh, I'm with it now. It took me a second. Right when you said it, my brain shifted to LVO, but no, I know exactly what tables you're talking
about. Yeah.
And I will say this. So
I've definitely hit the B star in one of them hangars before.
Oh yeah, you have
the whole star, whole thing.
The entire 33.
I've seen an entire bar
tournament basis. Yeah. So the other thing that I will say that defends them, right? Because that's what we do. Like it's not just we're talking, but I'm thinking as I'm going as well. What is Adepticon known for?
Their
team event. Their team event. Like that's just a fact. Like it's their 4-man team event is their flagship event. It's not a 256 person singles. That's not what they're known for.
No.
So if you tell me in my team event where you can you have access to picking and choosing, you have access to, audibling out of this and this. And, hey, in this situation you have there, I could see where having different terrain sets throughout that entire thing is a little different than, I just got hosed. Like taking a loss in the team event is completely different on a table than taking a loss in a 8-round GT where you might as well be out.
Totally different. Let me comment on Captain Lysander is important. He's I think he might be talking to somebody else in chat, but he says, isn't that what you get? +1 to your save and cover? Because earlier I think I said something like 4+ cover save. Well, Captain Lysander, back in the day, cover saves were vulnerable saves.
Yeah.
So like AP didn't matter. So now when you say +1 to your save, it could be something really important or or not. Like, so somebody's like, yo, I'm -2 or just -1. You don't have cover. Like if I'm -2, you have less than cover. Like, so that's the big problem is that if you're an orc and you're getting cover, you went from a 6 to a 5. It used to be 4. You know how much harder it was to dig some dudes out?
Dig people out. You ready for this? +2 to your cover save back in the day was a 2-up cover save.
Dog, Shroud.
That was Shroud was the most OP shit
OP
there was.
AF, dog. But the thing is, I don't want to go back to that. That's why I just want more outside blocking. Because nothing died. I mean, things died. People got tabled still. But at the end of the day, what happened? 2 high-level guys played for 3 hours and nobody killed anything. And whoever had the final position won. So I like the DPS of the game now. I just wish that there was a way to use movement better, which there is. ITC, aka Frontline Gaming, invented it.
Yeah, and like we said, you wouldn't need a blanket rule if people could commit to having great terrain. Like, I don't think at Vegas for a lot of tables the rule really comes into play that much anymore because they've boarded certain ones up. They have certain pieces of terrain that are do block where they want it to block, and then the ones that they don't, they have that rule so that everyone knows what they're getting across every kind of table. But maybe one day they'll get to the way where they don't need that rule at their events because their terrain is all updated to the way they want and creates enough line of sight blocking in the directions that they want to give people options and flexibility, which would be great. But you can't always guarantee that across 700 tables.
You can't always get what you want.
You can't always get what you want. Sometimes you get to it.
Always get what you want.
But I will say this: at Vegas, there was all that fear heading into Vegas by people that magic boxes and fully enclosed ruins were going to be on every table everywhere. They were not. I don't even know that I played one. I
played one game on a magic box table.
I don't even think I played one.
Now they're everywhere.
I love this dialogue
because they had great variety at LDO this year. There was total runs of tables that were different. There was this one stretch of tables in the middle with these big ruins and stuff like that I really wanted to get on with their MDF terrain. I never got close to those tables.
Yep.
I was sad.
I saw me and Rob saw Reese that first night
before the thing even opened.
Inspecting every table and making little tweaks.
Yep.
Reese got so much that dude cares.
I helped them. Maui Blood and a couple of the boys. We all helped set up terrain on Thursday. Yeah.
Would you call yourselves Dirty Mike and the Boys? Is that what you said? You, Dirty Mike and the Boys.
And the boys.
Sergeant Cindequail again. He says, Kenny, how do you think GW will make the Lord of Discord and benefit from Legion traits? Because right now they don't affect cavalry or vehicles, and the dude is definitely not infantry, biker, or DP. Not everything benefits from Legion traits, bro. It's fact. Like, he's going to be a demon engine. Like, that's what he's going to be. He's going to be Hereticus Astartes, Demon Engine, Legion, Mark. He's going to be in character.
Hanging out with the Iron Warriors, too, which tickled my pickle.
Made your penis erect.
That's what I said.
Yep. And so, no, he's not going to benefit from anything. Any Legion traits, for sure. That's fine, which is fine. Not everything does. I'll play Decimators. Guess what's not a Dreadnought? I guess sadness. God, if only they had Hellbrute rule.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky. I'm not trying
instantly
to play
-1 to hit, and one of them gets to shoot twice every turn.
Yeah, I ain't trying to play against that shit.
Fuck. Not today. But this is the last podcast before Adepticon, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep, this is the last one. Also,
webcast.
Last webcast, and then soon to be last podcast before Adepticon.
Yep.
Anything we should drop some bombs on people right now, Rob?
What? I think so. There's 1 week left on the Lifetime Long War signups. Over, I think I put the link in there a couple of times, so check that out. If you're looking to throw down one easy payment, get a free T-shirt, get the Long War for life.
Get it now before it's gone, because it ain't happening.
We'll be signing people up at Adepticon too. We'll have a special behind the scenes access to things on our iPad. But
we'll have a booth, or not a booth, a table in front of the hall, high visibility with a banner. You'll be able to come by, get your lifetime membership, say hi. So we're signing shirts, we're taking selfies, whatever you guys want.
Behind the scene handy from Kenny.
Over the pants only though. My lawyer advised me. There's a couple other interesting things though. You'll be able to possibly, from what I understand, the boys over here at Battle Brother are talking about throwing down 1,000-point games with people who sign up for
on Saturday.
Lifetime. So Saturday you can queue up to play 1,000-point games with the guys.
My 1,000 points of GSC will guarantee to beat you because you don't have bubble wraps.
I don't. I can stomp on you.
Let me go back to the booth real quick. We got another thing, guys. So you're going to be able to get those games. Let me put it this way. Was it 125 for a lifetime right now and a shirt?
So there might have been a typo and it's 99.
Word. That's not good, but that's what it is. Good. We're a man of our word. So $99 lifetime. You catch a free shirt. You're going to be able to gain that option at Adepticon. We put it out there. That's what it is. So check it out. For $99, you get a shirt, you get lifetime, and you might even be able to queue up for a Saturday Tactics class on a scale that is not available to most people in most, times of the year. Like, it's going to be rare. We also are doing the Long War Scavenger Hunt again. It's going to be a little different this year. If you guys remember it from last year, there was a beer cart. You had to go buy beer. There was a guy who was a minimum wage employee who didn't give a fuck about our beer cart situation. I had to talk to the fucking GM. It was a whole thing. All that's gone. You come to us. You come to our booth. You see our high visibility right there in front of the fucking hall. Come say hi. For free, I will hand you, or Juice, or Rob, or Sean, who knows, anyone is there. We'll hand you a card, which will begin your scavenger hunt. We have many sponsors involved. Secret Weapon Miniatures involved. Mantic Games involved. Creature Caster / Monument Hobbies involved. Elric Hobbies involved. Magnet Baron involved. We're going to lead you on a little journey into the convention hall for free swag and discounts. So it's what we do.
Church.
Hobby all day, every day, man.
Yeah, so you guys remember that whole thing on used to happen with eBay? You list a price, and when you list a price in the description, and when they went to check out, they paid a different price. Yeah, I kind of did that on accident.
Shit happens.
Yeah, it takes you back.
Limited time only, thankfully.
Yeah, God bless. Yeah, get a lifetime membership and a free T-shirt
for $99.
Steal. Might have to be a caveat that if you sign up at Adepticon, it's 125. Just kidding.
There will be a limit, obviously, on Saturday queued up games. I'm imagining 8 will be the most that can be done.
The sooner that you sign up, you'll be able to get a spot because I don't plan on tabling everybody in 7 minutes with these hands. I don't even know what I'll be playing against.
So I'm going to say 8 is probably the most he can commit to on paper.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be real, man. It's going to be, we're talking. Also, let me say one thing too, because I don't get these opportunities. So something that's been happening in my life that might be a new thing. It has nothing to do with miniatures, but I'm talking to a lot of people out here who are friends of the show and everything. Fallout 76 has been something I've been playing like crazy. We just started a TeamSpeak server with our boy Wyatt. You guys know Jack Close Painting?
Oh yeah, the man, the myth.
We've got a friend that we roll deep with in Raid Life. His name, he goes by the gamer tag Obershaft. I took it as a penis joke. And we run that Raid Life. And so now we're running a Raider TeamSpeak called Raider Scum. We're trying to reach out to the whole community, all the role players, all the Brotherhood people, all the traders. We're going to get something going. If you're out there, you're still playing Fallout 76, which I know you are because actually I haven't been in a server that had less than 36 people in it ever. We are going to be rolling out with a new dope community element, and we're going to be we might be streaming soon that Raid Life, but from the perspective of community, we're not going to be out there griefing people, but we are going to be fucking your base up. Finally, the Long War swag is here. LongWarSwag.com, the official home of Long War merchandise. We've got a range of merchandise exclusive to the Long War brand, next level painting and spiky bits. Definitely log in today while supplies lasts.
I am the hammer. I am the sword in his hand. I am the gauntlet about his fist. I am the bane of his foes and the woes of the treacherous. I am the end.